To the morning Kiss Country.
7:36, a lot of sunshine, going to be a gorgeous day in the 60s once again. We're on a roller coaster ride though with those temperatures up and down a little bit. It's going to cool off by the time we get to the weekend, but it is what it is this time of the year. But I could live through winter like this all year, all the time, Pete.
Stay like this and warm up in March.
Right, exactly.
Or even February.
yeah, February would be good.
Yeah.
But man,
this is amazing.
Oh, man, it just puts everybody in a better mood, doesn't it?
It does. Yes, you're exactly right. It's so noticeable.
Yeah. So, hey, we're doing Facebook Live. It's on the 98.7 Kiss Country Facebook page. Somebody's got a comment or a question, they can always pop on there and have a question for Pete. I mean, I don't have any answers. Pete's got all the answers.
Yeah. If I don't, I'll get back to you next week.
there you go. I'll check on it. How might people get a hold of you?
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah. But this is, tell you, this temperature's got to be good for contractors and road work, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. They're on the projects that are still going. It's making things go a lot easier. They'd still be out there working, obviously, but it's a lot more comfortable. And as you mentioned, probably keeps people in a much better mood as they work towards the end of these things.
Yeah. Are we getting close to wrapping a lot of things up? Of course, we're a couple of weeks away from Thanksgiving. You got that big Floyd project going on. How close is that?
It's close. It's going to be very, very close. It'll probably come down to the last few hours, but that's still the goal is to have it out of the head-to-head pattern on the ramps and have the interchange open by Thanksgiving. Like I said, it's going to be close, but we've got lighting to do. We've got wires to run. We've got guardrail to do. But most of the paving's done. The shoulders are done. A lot of the dirt work is done. They still have dirt work to do too that they're hoping to really hit hard over the next few days. But the big thing is too that people got to remember when that stuff's done, we don't just go over and slide 2 barricades off the road and say go for it. Yeah, there's paint that's got to be removed because the ramps have been painted to allow for head-to-head traffic. So that's got to be removed. We've got I don't know how much traffic control between tubular markers and barricades and everything that have to be removed. So long story short, there is still a lot to do, but we are still shooting to have it open for Thanksgiving. So stay tuned. We'll know more a week from today.
Well, I tell you, if they get a lot of work done this week, they're going to be well ahead of what they're planning on.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, we've been really lucky with the weather. The contractor has really been working and hitting it hard because they really want to get it open by Thanksgiving as well. So we got our fingers crossed. Like I said, we've had the weather and we've got good crews out there working, and everything falls into place. It'll be opened up. Now even if it's opened up, there still might be some traffic control. There might be, a lane closure here and there, but we really want to have it out of head-to-head where people are using the ramps to more or less go around the bridges. We want to have the main light open and people running that thing on Thanksgiving.
So there's got to be a relief getting to this time of the year to see a lot of these projects being wrapped up.
It's funny. It's kind of a relief, but yet it's a little stressful because even though we have had this weather, that it's not going to stay this way. Right. And you really want to, I guess, wrap things up, put a bow on things. And we are in, pretty good shape. The stuff that is still going on are projects that are designed to go into next year. So everything they're getting done right now is pretty much a bonus. The project at Britt and Garner, the US 18 project, they were out of there last week, but they will be back there today working on shoulders in the Britt area today, and then Garner on Thursday. And I believe on Wednesday, they're going to come in and start doing shoulder and centerline rumble strips. So you'll see pilot cars and flaggers in the area, but they hope to have that done by Thanksgiving. The Iowa 9 deck overlay at New Haven, everything went well last week. And if all goes well, it should be open up by late Friday afternoon. We mentioned the resurfacing project that is going to be going in full force next spring between between Hampton and I-35 on Iowa 3. Contractor came in early to get some paved shoulders put in. So they're working down there, and they will continue to work as long as weather allows them to. And believe it or not, we're going to start a project in the next couple days.
What?
But
What?
yeah, but it's just for a couple days. We're going to be replacing a deck on a bridge just east of Britt. And when you do that and you have to have the temporary traffic lights, we usually will pave the shoulders a little bit wider so we have room for traffic to use a little bit more of the roadway to get
Mhm.
through the work zone. So the contractor is going to come in this week, and it'll probably just be a couple days. They're going to pave those shoulders so they're ready for next year when they come in to do the bridge deck replacement. So the nice weather's allowing them to get a little bit of a head start on some of these projects, even though they'll only be there for a couple days. It's a couple days they don't have to worry about next spring when they start up.
There you go. Ron, we'll get to that in a minute. All right.
Oh, that scares me.
Yeah, I know. But anything else with the roads, or that pretty much wrap things up there?
That pretty much wraps things up in our area. So we'll again by next Tuesday when we talk, we'll probably have most of these projects that are wrapping up, and hopefully I'll be able to tell you that in about 24 hours everything will be opened up on Floyd, and on the 22nd traffic will be running there. So we'll stay tuned.
Right. For the Iowa DOT update brought by
Yeah.
Mason City All Risk Insurance.
How's that for a cliffhanger?
There you go. Don't forget to get that your reports and downloads and everything else at the 511ia.org. And those updates all be for you real time. So when the snow does start to fly, you're going to be able to see the plows and everything too.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too I just want to touch on real quickly. While it's beautiful right now, and it should be for the next few days, there have been a few instances over the last week or so where we've had trucks out spraying brine on the bridges because the conditions are right for frost, or
Sure.
putting brine down on the road because there's a really good chance of frost. So just because it's beautiful right now doesn't mean, if it gets overnight and you have moisture or humidity in the air, it doesn't mean you don't see frost in the morning. So be aware of that as well.
You do see that. So, all right. Ron says, let's get to the football talk. He said, we know about the roads.
I thought most people were the other way around. They're like, oh, they're talking football. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, right. I tell you what, the positive Pete is rubbed off on me. I am positive, and I've seen a couple of different things that even reaches into the Super Bowl, but I'm not going to get that far yet.
That might be reaching. I'm just kind of enjoying the run right now.
Exactly. Man, I tell you, the Vikings are really kind of mixing things up. We got hurt players, but it hasn't affected us whatsoever as far as the games go.
Yeah, it's, we're on our fourth string quarterback.
Right.
We've got, and I think people forget about it just because he's hardly been in the lineup, is Marcus Davenport, the linebacker we signed from New Orleans, who was supposed to just be, well, he is an amazing player. I think he played a game and a half and made a huge impact. He's been out all year. Now we lose Jordan Hicks, which sucks. Hopefully he'll be back soon, but it sounds like that was kind of a scary situation with the shin contusion and the, swelling or internal bleeding or whatever that happened with that. But yeah, it's just one after the other. Cam Akers is out. We didn't have Justin Jefferson or KJ Osborne.
No.
I don't know, man.
Madison was hurt.
Madison's been banged up. Yeah, well, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just going to keep riding it as long as it's going. It's been pretty fun.
So we've got Bars coming back. He was a big defensive player there and I don't think the Vikings utilized him enough back in the day when he was there. And I don't know, is he playing anywhere or is he just kind of like in retirement right now?
He was not playing anywhere. He had, I believe he was meeting with the Vikings yesterday and the Eagles on Wednesday. And he decided to sign with us. So that's pretty exciting. He's, you kind of touched on it. And I know we've touched on it before too, with the defense we're playing now compared to the defense we used to play, where you more or less just sat back and tried to keep everything in front of you. And now they are blitzing more than anybody in the league and being way more aggressive. And from me being the guy sitting on the couch watching, I really feel like that fits into Anthony Barr's style of play way more. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do.
But yeah, I'm excited about it. It just came down, like I said, yesterday. I got the news. I'm going, oh man, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah, it was funny. One of my friends at work and I were talking in the parking lot after work, and we had talked about Anthony Barr and how he was a good player, but he may have been a little bit overpaid, and just wasn't producing for the money. And it was like 15 minutes later, I got the notice on my phone that he was signing again with the Vikings, and so we had to text back and forth a little bit. And kind of ironic that we were just talking about him, and all of a sudden he's a Viking again.
Right. He can take some of Kirk Cousins' money.
Yeah, exactly. Just shift it around, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, believe me, his contract will not be what it was a few years ago when he was with the Vikings.
Probably not. Probably not.
But it'll still be pretty good money.
Our quarterback that was a backup to Kirk Cousins, Hall, he was doing good that first game that he was coming in there to play and just driving the Vikings offense. And then all of a sudden he goes down. Then we get this guy that we signed like 4 days before from the Falcons that he's coming in to run this offense.
Yeah, from the Cardinals.
He didn't even. Oh yeah, Cardinals. Yeah, he didn't even know any of the players' names.
I know it's just still hard to wrap a mind around, and just the athleticism that he has and what that the different aspect that adds. It was kind of interesting hearing the announcers talk about before the game that the Saints were going to do everything they could to keep him from scrambling to his right.
Yeah.
Because when he throws to his right, he can, he's much better able to pass. Well, that touchdown he ran in, he was, the pocket collapsed and he'd like look to his right. And from the overhead view, there's like a wall of Saints on the right. So he spins the other way, pump fakes, and runs into the corner of the end zone. Like I said, just having that athleticism is so fun to watch.
It has been a lot of fun. But I said that going into the game before it even got brought. I said the Saints are going to study that guy, and they're going to cut him off on the right side because that's where he did a lot of damage because everybody's back covering their receivers, and he's got a whole acre to run.
Yep. Yeah, especially if the defense is playing man-to-man coverage because they're they're stuck on their man. They're not really watching the quarterback that much, and with their backs turned like that can really open up running lanes.
Oh boy, did it ever! But yeah, they did shut it down a little bit, but he's still able to move. He showed he was able to move to the left.
He's able to adapt, and that's the big thing. Because, like you said, these teams, they're pretty smart. They're going to scheme. They're watching what you're doing, and they're going to adjust. And how you adjust to their adjustments is what determines if you're successful or not.
Right. Look at that. Positive Pete looking at it. All right. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Now we go play Denver, who's one of the hottest teams in the league. They just won their 4th in a row last night. So
yeah, but it was a nail biter for them though because they should have lost it because they missed a field goal at the last second. But there was a penalty on the defense.
Yep.
I can't remember what it was. Was it offsides or
12 men on the field?
Yeah, 12 men on the field. Yeah, so they got a break. Then they got to re-kick the field goal. They won. They moved it closer too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it was that end of the game was pretty crazy. There's quite a few pretty good highlights in that game.
Oh, there was. At one point, it was like 9-8.
Right. Yep.
It was like a baseball score.
Exactly.
Yeah, but do you watch the traditional coverage of that with Tweedledee and Tweedledum, or do you watch Peyton Manning and Eli?
I think we've talked about this before. And it's the same reason I'm not a huge fan of like the Red Zone channel. When I watch a game, I like watching a game. I don't want to have, goofballs. Don't get me wrong. Peyton and Eli are hilarious. I've seen clips of it and I like to see the clips after the game, but during the game, I want to watch a game. I want to watch, how this running play that they ran 3 times sets up a play action pass, in the 3rd quarter and stuff like that. I still enjoy that. So no, I do not watch the Manning cast.
Yeah. Well, they had Patrick Mahomes on last night.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, and he was because if they get in the red zone, then you call the right plays or they get a touchdown, then you get your face on this board.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes called every play that they were going to do. He said, well, they're set up now. They're going to do 2 runs and then they're going to do a pass. And so they did. And
funny.
Scored a touchdown. Yeah. They're like, oh my gosh, he got it.
Yeah. No, I have no doubt that they're entertaining, but it's just like I said, I like watching the game. I like seeing things develop.
Yeah. Yeah. I just can't stand the 2 that are on the other channel. So that's why if you come to my house, you're watching Peyton and Eli. We can always turn them down so you don't have to listen to them too much.
There you go.
Yeah. I sent Pete a thing before we went on, and I had him look at it because it has a Super Bowl logos and everything. And this is what I was so excited about too after I saw this the other day, because if you look at the like Super Bowl 56 logo, it's hard to explain, but the colors were of the Bengals and the Rams. Okay, and this is all set up before the
I was
Super
just gonna
Bowl.
say, yeah, you got to make sure you say that these logos come out months before the Super Bowl.
Right. So the Super Bowl 56 was the Bengals and the Rams. If you remember, the Rams won that one, right?
Yep.
And then Super Bowl 57, that logo was the colors of the Eagles and the Chiefs. And guess who's in the Super Bowl? The Chiefs and the Eagles.
Yep.
And it seems like the smaller colors are the ones that are the winners so far of this whole thing.
Yeah, I guess I didn't look that closely.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So, and the Chiefs won that one over the Eagles. So the Kelsey Bowl.
Yep.
And then for this year, Super Bowl 58, they have the purple and red. And it's a lot of purple, which means the Vikings are going to go to the Super Bowl and they're going to lose again.
We'll see. I'm not going to jump on that train yet.
Now, who's a positive one, Pete? Come on now.
Well,
I was like, this season's over. We're out of here.
Yes, you. I did talk you off of. I talked you off a purple cliff that day, but
You're going to talk me off again.
Well, you got to also look at it. So purple and red, right?
Yeah.
What color's Baltimore?
Well, they're purple too, but it's more of a Vikings color purple.
What color are the 49ers?
The 49ers are that color too, but yeah,
there you go.
I don't know. I think it kind of matches the red of the Chiefs. So I'm guessing.
Hey, believe me, I'll be incredibly happy if you're right, but I'm not going to one of the betting apps and putting a bunch of money down on it. We'll just put it that way.
I got $20 left in my account. I was going to put it all in.
I've heard of worse things to do.
Right? Yeah. Oh, but yeah. Kind of excited about it though. I mean, here's what happens though. If that happens, if for some reason the universe gets turned upside down and the Vikings go to the Super Bowl, it's rigged.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll say it. It's rigged.
No, with some of the plays they make, it's not rigged.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you right now, if the Vikings get to the Super Bowl, it's rigged.
Like I said, you gotta look at there are other colors that are match those teams as well. So
I don't know. It's a lighter colored purple, like a Vikings color, not a Ravens color. I know the Ravens are purple, but that's not a Ravens color.
I'll have to look again and do a little more analyzing.
Okay, well, you do that, do some study, and then you report back next week with all the rest of the road reports.
I'll be here.
You know, the funny thing is we're on live on the Facebook, and nobody's made a comment about any of my predictions or what we've talked about for sports.
Is anybody listening?
No, well, maybe that's probably
That could be.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Well,
no, I know they are. I get comments all the
time. Do they want to hear the road reports more, or they like the football talk?
They just say, "You guys seem to have a lot of fun in the mornings." That's pretty much all it is.
Yeah. Too much fun, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's all about. Pete, have yourself a wonderful week, and we'll catch up again next week, all right?
Sounds great. You do the same.
That's the good stuff.